Hey Brandon, how you doing? Excellent.
My name is Will Kimbley. I teach at
Hello,
Edison
how you doing,
Computech
Valerie?
Middle School in Fresno. Teach 7th grade
Sebastian, how you
computer
doing?
applications. One of the things that we're doing is that the purpose for the blog is really it's a typing practice, but we want them, instead of using normal typing programs, that we want to get them into some deep thought and reflection and to reflect on their work. Um, so we came up with the blog project, and they each day they have a different blog. They write about math, science, their core language, arts, and history. Then they also have a free write on Friday that they can write about whatever they like. And there's a time limit on it, and they're supposed to be able to produce that within a 5-minute time period. We start them with one paragraph. We work them up to 3 to 4 paragraphs by the end of the year. Today, what I really wanted to focus on was to be able to get them to understand what it is they need to be doing in the digital portfolio, the reflection piece, because instead of just describing what they learned, I also wanted to make those deeper connections about their thinking, about their learning, to build metacognitive skills, and to get them a fuller understanding of that. So that was my main focus. You know, it gives them a voice. One of the things about the blog is that I get to see and hear from all my students instead of just the ones that raise their hands. I can get that feedback and that stuff from them that I wouldn't ordinarily get. It also provides them a place to do some deeper thinking and reflection that if I'm just asking questions in a class, I'm going to get a fairly short answer. If they're typing a paragraph and a half, 2 paragraphs, I'm getting a much deeper answer. The reason I use a flipped and blended model for my teaching is it allows me that one-on-one time with the students, that I can give them direct individual feedback on their projects, so that they're not just saying, okay, here's some general guidelines, here's what I'm going to do, and they do it, they turn it in, and it's done. If they're guided by directions and all that, that's great, but I need that extra piece where I sit down and I talk with them individually and say, fix this, fix this, fix this. I'm also teaching them another valuable skill that they need, because in the real world, you don't just turn in a project and you're not complete or there's mistakes in it and then you're done. You need to go back and fix those mistakes to fix that project. And that's one of the big things that I'm doing. Having the videos to be able to guide them through the instruction is very valuable, because it frees up that time to give me the time to work with them one-on-one. With the traditional model, you're teaching and they forget, because by the time they sit down and go do the work, they've forgotten. With the video right there, it can walk them through it step by step as they need it at their pace. So it's really leveling the classroom to give them customized instruction directly where they need it. The big challenge on my part is then to figure out what it is they need and make sure I have all those pieces in place for them. When students begin to see the reason for why I have them do these things, and they get that aha moment, that they realize that this isn't just an ordinary practice. At the end of last year, I had a student come up to me and he says, I get it now. He says, I understand why you were having us do these things, because he was looking at the work that he had done throughout the year, and all of a sudden he realized, wow, I've really done a lot of stuff. And so that was an amazing moment. And I'm seeing more and more kids are starting to get that. There was a kid today, he walks up to me the other day, and he shakes my hand, looks me in the eye, and just kind of smiles. And it's one of those things that you can see that he's getting it. He's getting that connection that, yeah, I'm not just the guy, here's what you're going to do today, that I'm trying to give them tools to help them be successful. One of the things that teachers need to know coming into teaching like this, especially new teachers, is that don't be afraid. Jump in. You don't have to know everything about everything. The kids are going to learn. If you turn them loose on stuff, they will figure it out. And be prepared to figure it out yourself. I was taught things by my students that I didn't know how to do. Towards the end of last year, my students were working on a website for the Fresno Zoo. It was a cumulative project for them to show all the different things that they had been taught over the year. One girl came up and she says, I want to put a quiz on the website. I'm going, okay. And I had taught them about Google Forms and how to use Flubaroo to grade a quiz. And she walked away, and I'm thinking to myself, this isn't going to work because this is a public website. How are you going to give them feedback? You know, I knew she knew about Flubaroo, but you have to actually then go in and grade it and send it back. I'm thinking, I don't see how this is going to work, but I just, let her go and do her thing. And so when I called her up to grade the project, I'm looking, she has the Google Form quiz in there. And I look at it, I'm going, okay, I'm kind of dubious how this is going to work. And I clicked on the answer, and I clicked submit, and she had figured out a way to give instant feedback in a Google form. And I had never seen anybody else come up with something like this. And it's just an amazing thing that you would be able to put in a question and get an immediate answer back whether you got it right or wrong. And she figured this out on her own. The kids don't ask for professional development to use a computer or technology tool. They jump in and do it. And that's probably the most encouragement I could give to a new teacher is jump in, figure it out. You're not going to blow up the internet by doing some of these things. To put that in and trust the kids to be able to figure some of these things out. Don't think I have to show them everything. Give them some basic tools, show them where they can get more information, and turn them loose and let them be creative. If I had one thing that I want students to take out of 7th grade, it's critical thinking skills. Being able to solve problems and to self-learn. To say, okay, this is something I want to know how to do, and be able to find those tools that teach themselves. I can get up here and I can show them a lot of things, but if I can provide them with resources, here's where you go to learn how to do this, and then how to successfully apply that. It's not just about watching the video. How do you watch the video to learn how to do these things? To me, that's a critical skill, because that makes them lifelong learners. If they're reliant on me all the time, then I've crippled them, because then I'm the only person that has the answers. I want them to be able to teach themselves. Kids want to come to my class because computers are cool. Being able to have your own website, be able to have a blog, be able to do really cool stuff on the internet it's really a fun thing to do. Not all kids glom onto it. So there are some kids that they're just really not excited about computers and doing stuff online, but most kids are. We do a Google a day, the practice every day. I had my students all do the Power Searching with Google course. Now they need to learn how to apply it in the real world. This gives them that immediate practice. We used it last year, and it's been a very valuable tool. The students have all been excited about it. They say they feel like it's really helped them develop those skills. And if they can find the information they need faster, then they can spend more time doing things rather than searching for things. I try to give choice. I try to show cool tools that they can use. One of the big things I drive for is free, is that I can give them tools that they can get anywhere, anytime, as long as they've got internet. Because I don't want them buying a program. I want to be able to provide them with tools that no matter where they're at socioeconomically, that they can be successful and have tools to make their life enriched.